Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be making my predictions for game week 41 of the 25-26 EFL Championship season for today, Easter Monday. But as always, before we begin, let's see how I got on Good Friday. I got one scoreline bang on. I got Oxford United and Hull drawing 1-1 correct, plus 3 more outcomes correct, so that is 6 points, taking my season total up to 291. And this is how the championship table looks after 40 matches, and without further ado, let's predict today's matches and tomorrow's match. And we're going to start with today's 12:30 kickoff. It is a big one down at the bottom. It is Portsmouth against Oxford United. Now, I'm probably going to go quick fire on these predictions today, so I don't, deter you from your Easter eggs or whatever you're doing. Yeah, this is a big match in the relegation battle. The thing is, Portsmouth are good at home, but their goals have dried up a bit recently, and Oxford actually can score goals, but I think at Fratton Park, Portsmouth might make it tricky here. I'm going to go down the middle. I don't think a point would be terrible for either, but I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. I think this game might end goalless today, so a 0-0 draw on this one. Next up, it's a 1 o'clock kickoff today, and it's a big match at the top now. It is Millwall against Norwich City. And Millwall, obviously, they just beat Middlesbrough 2-1 on Friday. Norwich with the last minute draw with Portsmouth 1-1. They led it for so long, and then Portsmouth found a last minute equaliser. Of course, Millwall now, with that win, they're now actually up into second place. They're now in the automatics at the minute. But I just think, and I know Norwich have been on good form in 2026, but I like Millwall right now. I don't feel like I've backed them enough. I didn't back them to get anything against Borough last week. I'm going to back Millwall to win here. I'll go Millwall to win 2-1. I think Millwall can get the 3 points and stay in the top 2 for another game week. So 2-1 Millwall. Huge 3 point. Next up, we've got Derby County against Stoke City. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff. And, well, this is an interesting one. It's John Eustace against Mark Robbins, 2 managers that I really like in this, in this division. I think, though, I quite like Derby anywhere this season, to be honest. But I do like them at home at the minute. And Stoke, I never know really what to expect from them. I think it's going to be quite tight, but I think Derby might win it by a couple of goals. I'll go Derby to win 2-0 here. I think Derby are in this playoff discussion, and I think they need the 3 points here. 2-0 to the Rams. Next up, we've got Watford against Charlton Athletic. 2 sides that lost on Friday. Watford losing, I believe it was 2-1 to QPR. Charlton losing 2-0 to Bristol City. We'll get more onto that and Roy Hodgson a bit later, but this one is tricky as well, because I think Watford's form has kind of fallen off a cliff recently, and Nathan Jones has got Charlton rolling, but I do prefer Charlton at home this season, and Watford, I think, with them being the home side, can get something. I'll go down the middle with a 1-1 draw on this one. I think, I think Watford can get something, but I think Charlton will near enough cement their position in this league with a draw here. So 1-1 is where I'm going on this one. Next up, we've got Preston against QPR. And QPR are in very good form now. I think it's at least 3 wins in a row. Preston's form has really tailed off. They're currently something like 13th and in mid-table. In fact, this is a very mid-table matchup, actually. Both these sides are comfortable mid-table and not really going up in the playoffs. They're not going down. Kind of just stagnant where they are in the table at the minute. But I look at these games. I know Preston's at home, but their form's pretty bad at the minute. And QPR, they are on good form. They have won 3 in a row, and if they beat Portsmouth 6-1, the second of those 3 games, I do believe. I think that QPR will continue their good form at the end of the season here. I'll back the Ars to win 2-1. I think QPR, both these sides need the 3 points, but not desperately. I'm just basing it off of form. I'm going QPR to win 2-1. Next up, we've got Ipswich Town against Birmingham City. What a game this will be. I say that, it could be quite cagey, but I don't see that. I see goals in this one. Of course, this is Ipswich's first time playing in couple weeks now, I believe. Birmingham, their form's really tailed off, and I think Ipswich will be rested for this game. And they are at home. And I do prefer Birmingham at St Andrews this season. So, with all that being said, I think Ipswich will win this. I think there'll be goals. Let's go for Ipswich to get things right and go and win 3-1. Against Birmingham here. I think Birmingham might get a goal from somewhere, but ultimately I think the Tractor Boys will get a big 3 points to stay in this top 2 discussion. And they've got a game in hand against Portsmouth, so 3-1 to the Tractor Boys. Next up, we've got another huge relegation 6-pointer match. It is Sheffield Wednesday against Leicester City. And, Sheffield Wednesday are down, to be fair. But I could see them getting something against Leicester here. And both these sides have been very leaky with goals recently, or this season. And I could see Sheffield Wednesday scoring a goal here, but I think Leicester will get the 3 points. They're currently 22nd. They need to get 3 points really to... if they do, they'll get out the bottom 3. I think Sheffield Wednesday might get a goal, but I'm going to back the Foxes to win 2-1. I think they need the 3 points here. I think it might be a draw, and then Leicester will get a last-minute winner. 2-1 Leicester. Next up, we've got Blackburn Rovers against West Brom in another big relegation 6-pointer match. This one's another tricky one because West Brom are in good form. They were 2-0 down to Wrexham and then fought back for a 2-2 draw. Blackburn with a 1-0 win at St Andrews against Birmingham on Friday. Now, I think in this game the away end will be packed out. I think they've got a sell-out away end for this one. Huge relegation 6-point match, of course. I think they'll be entertained, but I don't think there's many goals. With it being at Ewood, I could see Blackburn getting something. But I'm not going to back against West Brom on their form either. I'm going to go down the middle with another 1-1 draw. I think West Brom will... I feel like if I had to pick a winner, I would pick the Baggies, but I am going to down the middle with a 1-1 draw here. Next up, we've got Bristol City against Sheffield United. And, well, this is another interesting one. Bristol City with the 2-1 win over Charlton on Friday. Roy Hodgson, as I said, back in the dugout for Bristol City for the final 7 or 8 games of the season. they got a good win, and Bristol City do look competitive under him. But Sheffield United do have Chris Wilder, and this is a battle of two good managers. But I wouldn't surprise me if Bristol City won here at home, but I don't want to back against Sheffield United. Their form hasn't been the best recently, but I am going to go for a Desmond. A 2-2 draw on this one. I think there could be goals. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Share the spoils. Next up, we've got Swansea City against Middlesbrough. And, well, this is a very big one. Not so much for Swansea. They're currently, like, mid-table, maybe 15th or 16th. Borough are down to 3rd. They've, they lost 2-1 to Millwall over a Good Friday. And their form has been pretty woeful recently. Dare I say it, they're seemingly bottling top two aspirations. And Swansea are good at home as well. That's what I'm going to say. I don't want to back against either side, so I'll go down the middle again here for a 1-1 draw. I think a point wouldn't help Middlesbrough, but that's the state they're in at the minute. 1-1 draw, dropping more points. Next up, it's an 8 PM kickoff, and it's a big one. It's Hull City against Coventry City. Coventry City are some 10 points clear at the top of the table now. They are really closing in on promotion to the Premier League now. Hull are themselves, they're in the playoff discussion. Still, they're in 5th place. But I think this game could have goals in it as well. I know Hull haven't been scoring as many as they were mid-season, but I think Coventry might give them a good game. It's either going to be very low scoring or very high scoring, and I'm going with the very high scoring side of things. I'm going Coventry to edge it, but let's go for some fun, some goals. I'll go Coventry to win 3-2. I think Cov will get the 3 points in the end like they have so many times this season. 3-2 to Cov, and a huge 3 points closer to promotion. And then finally we've got tomorrow's match, 8 PM kickoff. It is a big playoff 6-pointer. Sorry. It's Wrexham against Southampton. And, well, what can we say? Wrexham are slightly more rested, though they did have that 2-goal advantage. I think it was at the racecourse against West Brom, and then they threw it away and drew 2-2. Southampton with the big 2-1 win against Arsenal in the FA Cup quarter-finals over the weekend. This one's tricky though. If it was at St Mary's, I would be backing us more to win, but seeing as it is at the racecourse, Wrexham will have the home support. I'm going to go down the middle with a 1-1 draw. Both these sides have been in good form recently, Southampton more so, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw on this one. And there you have it, guys, all 12 championship matches for today and tomorrow predicted. I'd love to know your predictions in the comments down below, as always. And yeah, I'll be back with more predictions later in the week. And I'll see you all in the next one.